Peace and love, family. You're locked into another episode of Legend in the Game right here on Media City Radio, where we don't just talk about legacy, we build it. Today, we got a real one in the building. Coach Davis, founder of the Dad Elite organization, a.k.a. Doing What We Doing. And if you know what that means, then you know this brother is on kingdom time, doing God's work for the youth. No excuses, no breaks, all heart. From always free elite sports training and mentorship to keeping the gym lights on during holidays and school breaks where other programs shut down, Coach David and his team are stepping in where the system stepped out. So sit back, turn the volume up, and let this testimony feed your soul. This right here is what Legend in the Game looks like. Welcome to the show, Coach Davis. Thank you for all your support, bringing your program here multiple times to witness a day at Media City. Also, for having me come out to the Bronx a couple months ago to speak at Career Day. I had a great time with the kids, and I truly believe they was inspired. So my first question is, when somebody says Media City Youth Program to you, how does that resonate with you, and what's your thoughts about what we do here?
Oh, first of all, I want to thank you guys for having us here, having the whole family here right now. But when it comes to Media City, the first thing that comes to mind is family, right? And that, it might mean not much to some people when I say family, but family to me is very big. And you guys are definitely family. And it's also what Media City does. You guys embody the community. You guys embody the youth. And when I say that is you guys give them opportunities that a lot of people don't, give to these youths, such as you bringing in all these entrepreneurs, you having the dopest studio that I've ever seen with all the, collectibles and the traditional stuff and the photos. The thing that really resonates with all of these kids too is they don't know the photo. You did like a little, not little, but a big photography thing. You taught them like photography 101, and it was so dope. And the pictures that you gave us, you became the official DAD photographer. So Media City is definitely family, and it's definitely something that the community needs and deserves.
Well, first of all, I appreciate the love. It's an honor to be part of the Dad Elite program, brother, as the photographer. And anything you ever need from me, you got my 100% support.
Likewise.
I see you brought some of the kids with you today, man. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to share anything about any of your experiences here?
Yes. When I hear Media City, I think opportunity, because there's a lot of things here that I did that I never thought I would do. Like, for example, rapping in a studio, learning how to take pictures, a lot of things like that. And it was really cool to do that.
Well, I appreciate that. How did the song come out?
It was fire. It was fire. Yeah.
Okay, and you love taking the pictures, or you rather model behind the camera?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both? It was fun?
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys have anything to say about your experience here? You could just move up to the mic.
I would say having the opportunity to do like the modeling and stuff behind the cameras, I felt like it was like a home thing, and I feel like it was just natural for me. So I feel like that's a good thing I experienced. So yeah, pretty much for me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For Media City, when I hear Media City, I think of like connections and stuff. Because when I first came, I met people that I never thought I would, meet and stuff. And it just like led to, better experiences and stuff. So, yeah.
What was your favorite part?
I don't know her name, but I forgot her name. But there was this one guest that you had, and she was like an artist. And then
Julie.
Yeah, and then like 2 weeks, I think, later, we went to like one of her like.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to even bring that part of it. So how did you guys enjoy SOBs?
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know. I saw some of the playback. You guys were turning up. But it was a different experience, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I appreciate your honest feedback. I appreciate you guys for speaking up today. So, Coach Davis.
Yes, sir.
For those that are unfamiliar with the Dad Elite program, can you briefly share the heart behind the organization and what inspired you to start it?
Yeah, so DAD, Davis Athletic Development, it started basically just as a sports mentorship program. When I say sports, back in our neighborhood where I grew up, there was no sports. I came back from DMV when I was over there, and I came back to the Bronx, and basically tournaments was the main thing. Basketball tournaments was the main thing. And when I found out there was no tournaments because due to a young man who got killed. And the mayor at that time and the government at that time was like, hey, there's no permits, there's no tournaments, we're shutting it down until we find these young men or whomever who did it. And I was like, that made no sense. We're taking away from these kids when they need something, just to like basically punish, like, hey, punish people when they need it. So I started like a basketball program. I started by about 15 or 14 for the local kids, and in my local park in Hafen Park in the Bronx, and it just thrived. 14, and it ended up for that week about 135 kids, literally meant for 14, and it was so good that 135 kids came. And the sports part was really good. Like we was out there from 11 o'clock in the morning to like 6, 8 o'clock at night. I'm talking about feeding these kids and everything like that. And it was basically supposed to be for sports, but the mentoring to keep them out of trouble because they were rolling dice, smoking. So this really kept them out of trouble and kept them focused.
Why does the youth mean so much to you?
Oh, this is my calling. So the youth is our future. Everyone says that, but it's definitely what it is. The youth is something that is going to progress. They're only going to be a product of the environment, of what they see and what they learn. So we have to teach them now. The great Frederick Douglass says it's better to raise, young men than broken, men. So it's very hard for us to like just see these kids just not thrive or give them a chance. It's about giving opportunities. Growing up, I didn't have opportunities. I'm like one of the few of my people that growing up that I made it, but it was a slim chance. I look at my young men now that I grew up with, they're either in jail, dead, or not thriving. So it's just giving these kids opportunity, give them that percent of a chance to thrive.
Coach,
Yes, sir.
tell us about your summer program. The DAD is safe, structured summer sports solution. What makes it different from traditional youth programs?
So definitely, it's just the 5 S's, what I call it. The safe, structured summer sports solutions. Came up with it because young men and young women, when school's out, it's like summertime is when like the chaotic in New York or everywhere because these kids don't really have much to do, don't have any structure. So I implemented a program, the 5 S's program, and also a program where I like to call it's teaching our young men how to defend on the basketball court and not the judicial court. This is a program that I've been doing, and it's been thriving. And the way it's been thriving is from 11 a.m. to about 9 p.m. all day long. We're giving these kids opportunities to play sports, to have food, to have structure, and to have mentorship. And when I say mentorship, it's not just talking to them. It's actually bringing in special guests such as yourself, such as other leaders of the community to talk about mental health and talk about emotional health. As a young man, it's hard for them to talk about mental health because it seems like when you talk about mental health or your emotions, people think that's weak, especially in the Black and brown community. They think that's a weak thing. Like if you talk about your emotions, you're going to think you're soft. I'm talking about a dude from the hood, I'm scared at night. To their peers, they're going to seem soft, but even though their peers are going through the same thing. So talking about mental health and emotional health is something that we also deal with too. And I don't just do it myself. I actually bring in actual experts, psychologists, and leaders who have been doing this too to intertwine and come together and support that. And the program we do is from 11 a.m. to about 9 p.m. And it's actually sports. We get sponsors from like McDonald's, or we come out of pocket, get pizza for about 100 kids or more, and local grocery stores that will contribute. But we're doing this out of pocket, no resources. We're not getting any grants. We're not getting anything. It's something that people say it's hard to do, but it's something we have to do. Even though it's something like, it is hard at times, but it's something we gotta do. And through that whole time, it's just started thriving the first year. And it's sort of the kids that supposedly, were not supposed to make it. When I say like they're from the hardcore kids, they're like, yo, coach, I had such a dope summer, we gotta do it again. So that's something that I do not only just for summertime, but for holidays. Holidays are programs such as like these organization communities that's supposed to be open or supposed to be for the kids on a Memorial Day, Labor Day, or President's Day. They're closed because it's a holiday. This is where we need to be more open, which makes no sense to me. It's like diabolical that they're closed at these times. So I said to myself, listen, let me just do my thing. Where this is how we actually, me and you and I got together.
Yes,
I think it was
Martin Luther King Day.
Martin Luther King Day.
It was the first time. The second time was President's Day.
It was like 3 years ago, right?
Yeah. 3 years.
3 years ago, and it's like, hey, let's pick a day where we come together. And it was Martin Luther King Day, and we had I don't know if you remember, it was like 15 kids we were supposed to have, but we had like 25 or more.
Yeah.
And the family.
You guys came deep. You came deep. Yeah. Big shout out to Hawk. Putting the play together.
Yes, my guy Hawk. So it was really dope. So I said, hey, we gotta keep doing this. And another thing too, it was like, I don't know what it was. I think it was like a President's Day. A young man that I knew, he got shot. And I'm like, his mom was like, listen, if he would had something to do, if he had school, 'cause I think he got shot around like 1 p.m. If school was open, I don't think that would have happened. Or if we had a program and set, or some type of, something instilled that wouldn't have happened. So that resonated with me too. So hey, I said let's start doing this. Let's start, especially holidays and summertime, having these kids structure programs with schools without.
Yeah, that's important. You said mentorship is just as important as the sports itself. How do you approach mentoring these young people both on and off the court?
So with the mentorship on and off, it's the same type of discipline we implement. I have one rule when it comes to basketball and off, and it's respect. And respect covers everything. When I say respect, people are like, that's it? I'm like, you think it's easy, but respect is everything. You got respect. First, you got to respect yourself. Then you got to respect, me and your peers and the facility that you're in. So respect is just, they think it's just one easy thing, but respect is the one rule that covers the realms of everything.
Yo, no, that's one thing I definitely say about your kids, man. I mean, they're so well behaved, well mannered, respectful, courteous. When they were all here, man, I have nothing but positive things to say about the kids. And then even when I saw some of them at the Bronx at the school, I mean, they all came up to me, showed me love, was happy to see me. And again, it was just all respectful, So you're doing an amazing job with them.
I appreciate that.
So let's talk about your program, preparing our youth defense on the basketball court and not the judicial courts. That title alone says so much.
Definitely.
What was the motivation behind this initiative, and how was it impactful to the youth so far?
Definitely. So I work in the schools now. I contract with the schools to do mentorship with, at that time, the most challenging kids. I say, give me your most challenging kids with the schools. And they you sure you're ready?
I get that all the time, too, because I always ask for the same thing, and they look at me like I'm great. Like I said this yesterday with one of our guests.
Yeah.
All my people that have real money, they're like, bro, why are you dealing with those? I don't like saying they're bad kids. It's not bad kids. They're just directed in the wrong way, or their environment
Got you.
makes them act that way, man. And at the end of the day, they all need help and guidance and wisdom, So I'm the same way, brother. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I love it. I mean, so it's basically, people think these young men and young women have to act a certain way. Like, why are they acting like that? They don't understand that to be a man and be a woman, you have to be taught. And people think it's just like a regular thing. Oh, they should be well behaved. They should know this. For instance, I teach a hygiene class. We can't teach young men and young women about hygiene if they don't know about it. So I do a hygiene class with them. I teach young men how to tie a tie, how to change a tire, different essential mentorship and essential life skills that we take for granted. So we have to teach them. We can't let them say, hey, expect them to know these things. We have to teach them. So that's one thing I implement with my mentorship program. So it's teaching them the defense on the basketball court and at the judicial court. It's to keep these young men and young women out of jail, out of the system itself, because the system is definitely not designed. I know that for a fact. And the way I know that for a fact is I take 5 young men, and that it's this actual case that I had. It was 5 young men, different, and they were actually all, I think God has put this in place. 5 different young men who got caught for the same crime. They went to Macy's, I think it was, or a shopping center, and they stole like petty larceny type of stuff, like shirts or not sneakers, like socks. They all got caught. 3 of them went home. 2 of them stayed. The one that went home was white, right? He came through a different system. His mom and dad, got caught, but they're like, oh, he got caught with the wrong crowd. Went home. Other one was a young man, but his mom and dad had money. They had the stature to get him bailed out. Other 3 Hispanic, other 2 was black. Came from poverty. One was like in a foster care. So 5 young men, same crime. 3 is now in the system. They can't afford to get out of jail because the system's like, hey, you did a crime, you got to do the time. They don't have that lawyer. They have that we call it public pretender. But, so I advocate for them. Talk to the judge. It's a true story. And the judge was like, hey, why should I let them go? I let them know the same circumstances. I will take care of them. Let them be my mentoring program. And the judge, they said, hey, you're going to be part of DA Delete. You guys got to go to his program every day. I love what he's doing. I love what everything he's saying. Let's put it into fruition now. And it shows it. So the system's not meant for us. Same crime, different time and different circumstances. So we have to teach these young men and young women, to stay out of trouble and to keep them out of trouble and to have these actual community centers and actual productions going on.
Like you said earlier, a lot of programs shut down when kids need them most, especially during the holidays and break. Why is it so vital for Data Elite to step in during those crucial times?
I can't wait for my politicians. I can't wait for a law or type of program to be implemented. We've been waiting too long. I'm tired of waiting. It's time to be proactive. So I took it upon myself. I'd rather come out of pocket, myself, and like such as you, like you provide Media City provides so much resources where I say, hey, I'll call you up and say, hey, can we do something for these kids this holiday? And I promise you, people don't know behind the scenes. You're like, yeah, I got you. I have some a book, but it's for the kids. I got you with SOBs. People don't know what you did with SOBs. So SOBs, the legendary club. I didn't ask for this. You call me and say, hey, coach, Jalea wants you guys to come, and the manager wants you guys to come down to see her performance. She specifically asked for you guys to come to Legendary Nightclub. So when I told the parents we're going to SOBs, they're like, what? You're taking little 14, 15-year-old SOBs? I'm like, no. When I explained to them, they understood and they loved it. So we went there and we supported her showcase, and it was amazing. And that's the type of stuff we need, the family and the collaboration. So,
yes. Especially because the young girl,
Yeah.
Shamika's daughter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Shamika's daughter. I was like, she's like, I want to be a photographer. I said,
Yeah.
you do? So I put the camera on her and I was like, let's see what you do in real time.
Yeah.
And she got to see how challenging it could be, to shoot. Because a lot of these nightclubs or sporting events, there's no flash photography.
Yeah.
So they think it's simple because, it's just taking a picture and just the flash would take care of the picture, get the shot.
Yeah.
But a lot of cases you can't do that. So you have to know exposure, you gotta know the ISO, the shutter speed, and she saw how it wasn't that simple. And then when I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you cheat a little bit, I'm gonna give you the flash now, and then she saw the difference, and she's like, oh, okay. But she looked like she really enjoyed herself. I sent her the photographs, afterwards, you know what I mean? But again, it was more, the whole point of inviting the kids out there was just so they could see how production life is, how much stuff goes into setting up a show. And then, of course, witnessing the show, because, of course, Jalea had a great time with the kids when they did the program, and she definitely wanted to invite you and the kids out as guests.
And that was really dope. And people don't know, it was it wasn't like a big Def Jam executive there or something like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
the kids got to saw behind the scenes what they would never ever see.
Yeah, I apologize about that. I had to move you guys a few times.
it was
but then I saw when you guys got comfortable and in your spot, they were definitely turning up and enjoying themselves. And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
No, thank you for that.
Of course. So have you had local partners or volunteers help make these efforts possible despite limited resources? Can you shout out a few of the people or organization making a difference behind the scenes?
Yeah, it's so many. But that's the thing that people always ask me what's my biggest obstacle is having the resources we do. What we're doing is phenomenal. It's something that's never been done. Well, I'm telling you, like people have done what we've done, but not in totality. We're doing mentorship. We're doing, giving kids opportunity with colleges, such as we have partnership with colleges where colleges are hitting us up like, hey, coach, you're doing a great job. And they come out to the college and get a VIP experience. We're giving kids high school experiences where like a specialized school. So the resources, it wasn't there until we started getting a name such as you, giving us the opportunity to highlighting what DAD does. And so the resources now have been coming in, not monetary wise, but we're still making it do what we do with the program. So I would definitely, first of all, everyone always says this. I always say this myself. Everyone says, hey, big up God. I got to big up God because this is for me. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. It's a big difference. Again, I keep telling people religion is the man type of structure. Spiritual is within. I'm very spiritual. Like I talk to God all the time. I pray when I get up, and I pray during the day, and I pray when I go to bed. And people usually pray when they're in turmoil and dismay. But I like to pray in the good things too. Like if I get an extra bonus, if I got extra overtime or a resource come, thank you God, I appreciate it. Things just all through you. So we gotta tell people stop praying when you're in trouble. Pray also for the good times and just
course,
for
all the
anything.
time.
All the time.
All the time. Every time you speak to the Lord, speak to him, man. And that was one thing too, where I saw like even like I said, the first time you came here and you was like, okay, hold on, before we even get started, we're gonna pray. And I was like, oh, I like this guy.
Yes.
I love this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm the same way, brother. All day I'm talking to the Lord, whether I'm driving here, I'm away. Even like again, this is not really my comfort zone, but I understand that God is using me as a vessel to bring more awareness of other people's stories, and through my experiences, I could share and help inspire the next generation of creatives. So I asked them just to keep giving me the confidence, the word, to just keep going, even when sometimes I don't want to do it. Just keep pushing regardless.
And I got you. And to piggyback off that, yes, definitely God. I mean, I'm very, very spiritual. So thank God. Definitely got to thank you, brother. No, seriously, not because you're in front of me. It's the rapport we have. I love the energy. I feed off your energy too. It's hard to somebody replicate my energy because I'm high.
Oh yeah,
always,
octane.
Yeah, like I don't smoke, I don't drink. I have my natural just you know, being. So I don't need alcohol. I don't need drugs to get me the way I am. It's just that naturalness. So I definitely love your energy and the family, the beautiful wife, the beautiful sons, you know, the whole staff, the whole facility. People understand you could have anybody here right now. You could have you're a celebrity photographer. You could have anybody, but you got me. I'm not saying I'm nobody, but I'm not as that status. But you asked me to come here, so I definitely appreciate you. Appreciate everyone that's in my. You know, I want to thank. Definitely Tamika.
Yeah.
Shamika. I'm sorry. Townsend. Definitely thank my kids. When I say my kids, I have one daughter. But I have, my whole 200 or 300 kids that I service the community. Thank them, because without them, they keep me going. Seeing them thrive, seeing, like, for instance, the 3 that I brought today, these are my senior squad. 2 of them are graduating in high school. We're going through prom stuff with them. We're going through graduation, seeing them pass that and going to college to play basketball for free.
That's what's up, bro.
That's something that that sits with me. Knows what we're doing well. Seeing them walk on that stage, get their diploma, and actually continue their education. And for the other young lady, she took a gap year. She's going to college again. Her first year too was playing ball. So all 3 of them. And I tell people too, it's not all about basketball too, or continue education. If you want to go to college, there's trade schools. So we have trade schools for these young men and young women. So I want to thank everybody that is doing that too. Camille Davis is one of the big things. She works for New York Life, definitely helped me out. Zach Solomon, that's one of my guys too from Brooklyn, network. It's so many people. But the one person too, my mom, hard worker. I learned my hard work and my ethics from my mom. She worked 3 jobs, and I could have easily went astray because I was by myself. I pretty much grew myself up. She would work at Harlem Hospital, go to night school to do BMCC, do a little night job, and I'm by myself, I could have easily hang out with the big homies or hang out in the neighborhood kids, which I did, but I said, listen, I don't want to smoke, I don't want to drink. This is what I want to do. And I'm one of the few, but I want to give these kids the opportunity, the percentage-wise, to, like, propel themselves to different levels.
Well, just to correct you, sir, you're here today because you're a legend in the game, because of what you do, brother. Like, that's what Legend in the Game is all about. Even the brand, the clothes, whatever, it's not just because you're, quote-unquote, a celebrity. It's because of your heart and what you do for your community. So I'm honored to have you here today, my brother.
Love it.
So what challenges have you faced running a grassroots initiative, and how have you overcome some of them?
So the one of the biggest challenges, again, is the resources. Like, we have so many kids. Like, again, we started out with 14 kids. Now we have like 200, 300 kids. I'm talking about just on the DAD. So it's just keeping them, like, for instance, we feed these kids every day. Every day. My program is from Monday to Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday too. Every day, because mentorship doesn't stop.
Right.
Mentorship is around the clock. I have my phone.
It don't take days off.
Don't take days off. It's 24/7, 365, 366 the leap year.
Yeah.
So we're doing it all year round. I get text messages or a DM, or a kid got locked up for this stupidness. He's hanging out with the wrong crowd. If I worked a 9 to 5, I wouldn't got that text message till I woke up at 9 o'clock, or I'm working. 2 o'clock in my morning, my phone's going off. Hey, I'll give you a great story right now. As I contracted with one of the schools, and on Christmas Eve, it's family day, right? This is around 11:45, right before Christmas. I get a DM from a young man that I work with in the schools. He said, "Coach, I just got locked up." I said, "For what?" He said, "I'm in an Uber. The cops pulled me over." He said, my car's not working. This guy's thinking I'm trying to steal, and he's threatening me. So I ran off. So long story short, this is Christmas Eve. I had to locate the cops that I know, and just get him out of trouble and actually come out of pocket. I'd rather pay my $45 and, just get this kid out of trouble. So it's just stuff like that. On Christmas Eve, we're helping people out. Like, mentorship, most people like, hey, it's a holiday, I'm off. And you too, like, answer your phone. Like, hey, I got my family too. Mentorship is 24/7. Mentorship doesn't stop.
As a coach and a mentor, what's one of the most powerful success stories you witnessed so far with the Dad Elite family?
Oh, it's so many. It's not one. I can't just put my finger on one. It's just seeing these kids thrive, seeing all the kids graduate, go to school, or if they don't want to go to school, just hiring them. So when I say, okay, I think I won now. It hasn't happened yet. So I just got my first official grant, right?
Congratulations, brother.
From New York City. It hasn't come yet. I don't count my chickens till they hatch, but
Yeah.
still. But with this opportunity, I get to hire my kids. When I say the kids, my kids at work, the seniors, 18 and up. So I have 10 kids right now. I'm paying them $30, $25 an hour for the summertime. That's money in their pocket. They're going to be with me too all summer. I know for that they're going to be safe. I know they're going to be out of trouble. I know they're going to have money. I know they're going to be thriving. They can put now in their application that they have a job. So that's one of the big flex right now. Being a boss People say, "Oh, I'm a boss." What makes you a boss? Not because you tell people what to do. A boss to me is somebody that's you could help other people under you. You could give people opportunities that you're doing, and then have them be your boss one day. That's the whole thing I want to do. Have them thrive enough to say, "Hey, coach, don't worry about it. When you're 95 years old in a wheelchair, I'm gonna take care of you. You good." That's the flex right there. That's being a boss, helping other people under you.
Exactly, my brother. How do you stay motivated to keep pushing forward, even when work does get tough and resources, are, like you said, are low?
Oh, definitely through God. No day's perfect. No day's the same day or rainbows and glitter. To me, it's just saying when I have a bad day, what I do. If you look at my screensaver right now, so I have my DAD thing. Let me see. So my Dad Elite stuff is on my phone. So when I have a bad day, I look at my phone or I look at my screensaver or the pictures that I have and say, why am I doing what am I doing? So for instance, I had a situation where I'm driving and guy cut me off, traffic. That's when you really find about
Oh yeah, yeah.
patience.
Patience and anger management,
Traffic.
especially New York traffic.
Yes, traffic beef will really show you who you are. So I got cut off, and the dude's looking at me like, so he got out of his car too. And the old me would have be there. Not I'm gonna say it would be physical. The old me would have got out, like, well, whatever it is. But I'm thinking to myself like, okay, you have a lot to lose. This is not
Facts.
worth it.
Exactly.
Like this could easily you could have. It takes years to be where you are successful, but it takes seconds to lose all that. So to
Definitely.
answer your question, is what motivates me is look at my screensaver, the kids that I'm serving, the young adults, the families that I'm helping out, and the families helping me out too, keeping me thriving. So that's what keeps me going. Just knowing that you have a lot to lose and a lot of people depending on you.
So what's your long-term vision for the Dad Elite program, and where do you see your program 5 years from now?
Great question. What I would like is to expand. Like right now, we have one of the top girls mentor overall, but I really had my girls program taken off. Like I had my boys program, and it was phenomenal, and it still is phenomenal. But for the last 2 years, I've took the girls program, guiding our young queens to their throne. It's a program that we give these girls, like, it's the Kobe Bryant mentality, like, the Mamacita, the Mamba mentality, where we're going to teach these girls elite sports for free and also mentor them. I've done that, and I keep it real. Like, a lot of people, I brought ideas to them, like, hey, let's partner. And a lot of people say, hey, coach, at that time, girls is not right now. Girls not really serious about basketball. But I had these young ladies, so it started out with, again, 15 or 12. Now we have about 50, 60 girls in our program. So I would like that to thrive even more, bring that to different cities and bring that to different areas, not just New York. So definitely would like to see my girls program thrive even more and just propel.
How can people in the community, whether they're parents, athletes, business owners, or volunteers, get involved to support your mission?
Oh, definitely. When we have events that come out, people always ask for donations, monetary. It's not about monetary donations. That'd be great. However, we would just want the resources they can provide. Like, even if you could have, say, hey, coach, I work for a clothing line. Here's 20 shirts for your young ladies, or here's a gift card for the girls who just graduated. For instance, like NYPD, we work NYPD prom. Shout out to Detective Dehaney. So when these young girls and young men, they go to prom or graduation, we give them free. They pick out their prom dresses. They pick out their suits for free. So stuff like that. Donate a shirt, a gently used shirt, or a prom dress or a suit when they have job interviews or graduation. So definitely help out like that. Just reach out and say, hey, coach, I'd like to donate my time or donate this type of resource to you.
And one thing I didn't think of, I've been always meaning to ask you this. Is your background in law enforcement prior to coaching?
So yeah, that's a great question. So I worked in corrections, and I worked in RNDC, that's a youth one. So I had, before they transitioned over, they took all the kids out. 17 and below, they took them out and put them over by Horizons. So I had them before that. I had like there was 16 to 17-year-olds. So this is what I tell them, and I worked with them, and it was one of the best jobs I had. When I say the best jobs, not because of the pay, it was the best job because of the mentorship. I see these kids that's going to have life, murder. They're in charge. They're in there for murder, rape, felony charges. Had the worst of the worst for what the system says. And I would sit them at nighttime, and then walking through, you have to do your little tour, do your count. Your total count, and I'm sitting there like, they're like, yo, they was like, COD, yo, CO coach, COD, yo, can you read this letter for me? They can't read a letter because they in the system, they don't go to school, and then me reading the letter and saying, hey, unfortunately, your grandfather's sick or whatever, and see these kids, just being kids,
Right.
because that's what they are. They just because they have a charge for murder don't make you still adult. Might be tried as an adult, but you're still a kid. The mentality's a kid. So that really helped me out. And I always tell my kids too, and I'm glad you said that in high school. I said if I get the respect of a what they call an inmate, and have them resonate with me, then I have the same respect for you're gonna have the same respect for me. So it was definitely law enforcement really working there really helped me out and understand that even though they're being charged an adult, yes, you get the crime, you gotta do the time. However, we still gotta help them out.
Of course,
And,
of course. If you could speak directly to a young person struggling right now, someone that's in the system that may be overlooked, what would you say to them?
Oh, don't give up. Number one, don't give up. I don't know if they're spiritual or not, but I would definitely tell them keep the faith. All right, you gotta have the faith. You can't give up. Once you give up, it's over. It's like no return. So have the faith. Keep pushing. Think about what I always tell people is like if you're going through something, think about it, no matter how bad your situation is, somebody's having it worse than you. Oh, how could my mom just died and we about to be kicked out, evicted. Yeah, someone's mom just died, they're being evicted, plus their dad died, plus something. Even though how bad it is, just think about somebody has it worse, and you can overcome that by prayer. If you just give up, you're not gonna overcome it. You just gave yourself up. So keep the faith.
Great answer, brother. How do you choose the youth who participate in your programs, and what qualities do you look in them or aim to build in them?
So there's no qualification. We take everybody. My program is absolutely free. We're giving the elite training. We're giving the elite essential mentorship for free, and I never turn anyone away. There's no criteria. You come. I have people from the best part. I have people from Staten Island taking a ferry. He's a great kid. Mom said he was going through gang stuff, and he travels all the way from Staten Island to my Bronx program because it's such a great program. So I don't turn anybody away. It's a free program. It's definitely grown, so we're gonna need more resources to keep it going. But that's on the way. Trust in God. God's gonna provide. So
Amen.
just
Amen.
don't take anybody away.
You created several unique initiatives like guiding our young queens and preparing our youth for their defense.
Mm-hmm.
How did these concepts evolve, and what impact have you seen from them so far?
The program's evolved by itself. It's something that they just came in by itself because it's something the kids needed and we provided. I'm not one for beg. People are like, oh, people always say this, you gotta fake it till you make it. I say, no, you gotta faith it until you make it. So trust in God. And big up Asia for giving that on that metaphor. People say fake it till you make it. No, faith it until you make it. All right. So definitely trusting in God and spiritual.
What kind of transformation stories have stood out to you? Moments where the work you've done is truly life changing.
Oh, it's so many. Seeing young men that people gave up on, or young women that people said, hey, they're not gonna be nothing, and watching them just come into my program or being under our wing, and then watching them now graduating college. So many of them working in different aspects, and watching them hit, working in different careers, Apple, or working them in Chase Bank. People who said, hey, you came from robbing people to now working in Chase Bank, that now being around money and giving people their money. That's what keeps me motivated and keeps me happy.
Yeah, I even remember one of the stories you told me about the young man that came here and recorded a song.
Okay, yes.
And you told me that,
Yeah.
they tried to shoot him 2 times
Yes.
because he's from, I believe, if I remember correctly, where A Boogie was from.
Yeah, Highbridge. He was a Highbridge.
Yeah, Highbridge kid.
Yeah.
And that you said his mom was like, she never seen him so inspired to want to do music. And
Yes.
she was trying to figure out where to send him from that
Yes.
point. So at least I know we planted a seed in him, and I'm hoping he's doing well.
Yes. So that's great. Now I remember that story too. A young man. I'm not gonna say his name.
Yes.
Shout him out like that. Put his business out there. But you did. I remember even Hawking you too. Like, you provide a studio. He was big on rapping. Every kid wants to either be a rapper or a basketball star, which it is what it is. But I like to give him reality. But he wanted to be a rapper, and you provided him with the studio time for free and the behind the scenes of how it is to be a rapper. And he laced it. He was really good.
Yeah, the song was pretty dope.
Yeah, he laced
For
it.
his first time being in the studio, he did very well. We was all impressed.
So thank you for that. So that again, big up to you for all the resources you're giving us, man. And these
Yeah,
kids.
no, it's my pleasure, brother. My pleasure. So you don't just coach; you train referees and umpires. As I see today, you have a few with you.
Yes.
Why is it important to create career paths in sports officiating for young people?
Yeah, I started my referee thing. I became a referee. I was coaching, and one time, and I'm very passionate about coaching. And when the referees, I said it was a call. He's like, "That's a carry. The kid is carrying." And he's like, define a carry?" I was like, "The ball's up here." He's like, "No, coach. A carry is a pause in your dribble." He said, "You're a good coach." I said, "No." He said, "No, listen to me. You're a good coach. You want to be a great coach? Take the referee test." become a referee, know what it is to be a referee behind the scenes, and then that will make you even a greater coach. And I did. I became a referee, and I started my own referee program because when most referees, there's a signer charge. So I wanted, and they did lowball. Most black referees or brown referees, they don't. Where I'm from, they don't get as many opportunities as the white referees. Some referees, they get like $150 or more in the Westchester area or the upper class areas. Well, back in the city, it's like $70, $80 for the same exact type of games. So I want to propel that and also give that to the kids. So I started my own referee program, and I work with agencies like the Federal Agency, Federal of New York, the Federal League. We're going now to an Asian league. So our kids, I did a program now with the schools where I teach refereeing, officiating 101, which is basketball, football, and softball, and teach them the 101 of referees, the basics of refereeing, and also propel them when they turn 18 or even 16 to become an official referee or official. So today I had one of my kids that two of them right now. They're going to go down to the Asian League that I'm sponsored by, and they're going to actually referee a championship game. It's $100 right now for an hour.
Oh, wow.
Hour. I mean, you're going to do 2 games, $50 a game. 30-minute games. They're getting paid, and they could actually get the refereeing certification
And get the experience too.
And then doing this.
They might be like, you know what, I like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Plant that seed in them. They made some money, and now they actually might take an interest to it.
And these are not just regular kids. These are kids that actually play ball. I got them scholarships to go to college. They want to also learn refereeing too. So just because basketball, you play ball, you can also get money off the court too.
Of course. Your in-school mentorship program has described as a trailblazer. What makes your approach different from traditional mentorship or guidance counseling?
Anyone could just implement what I do. They're like, oh, I could do that, what Coach does. It's my energy. It's the way I could have the rapport with the kids. I could walk into any room, I promise you right now, and get the attention of all 100 or whatever I have. And no one could replicate that. And the way I do that is just me. So I'm a trailblazer when it comes to that. I say that's on the mentorship because I've worked for other agencies. I've worked for so many other agencies, and I've seen I'll try to do stuff, and they're like, it's politics involved. Oh, Coach, we can't do that because, the mayor or the governor that funds us might not like that because you're partnering with somebody he might not like. I hate the politics. So I started my own program, and now I'm in the schools now, and I'm doing the way I want to do it. And it's been exceptional. And how it's been trailblazed, I bring in, not just by myself, remember I brought you for Career Day, and they loved it.
Yes. I
bring in different type of leaders, bring in different type of guest speakers. I bring in I'm talking about OGs of the game that's in gangs, talking about these kids, I'm Mac Ball, or I'm this, I'm that gang. I bring the actual leaders or actual people that's affiliated, say, nah, listen, I'm doing this because I have to. I can't work a 9 to 5 because what I did in the past, somebody sees me now, they want that revenge. Don't be like that person. Jail ain't like what you see on TV. It's not like Law and Order or, Oz or whatever, those old school movies. It's not like that. So it's just having, bringing that type of mentorship. And another thing too, bringing in the businesses. I love this. I took like 20 of my kids. They say, Coach, you want a job. So I helped them with their resumes. We did it up. They're lovely. They applied for like, say Old Navy, whatever it is. They didn't get it. There's the turd. So we actually went out into the community, took these 20 kids to that same store they applied for, talked to the manager, say, hey, how you doing? To the manager, these are the kids that applied. These are the kids that's in your community. These are kids that's trying to apply for the job. These are the faces that need a job. And the manager loved it. He's like, I appreciate Coach. We're not hiring right now because we're at max. But I'm gonna take their name down. And when we do, I'm gonna reach out to them directly. And I'll be doing that all the time, bring them to the movie theaters or different type of jobs. And they get calls right away. That's what we need to start doing too.
Of course. So your Young Queens program has earned major recognition.
Yes.
What's the key to successful mentoring and empower young women today in today's world?
Okay, it's so many. As a male, I love the mentorship of the young woman, but I can't do it. It's hard. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's hard for a man to just mentor a woman. I could do a great job with the men. So what I do when I bring in my key people, like such as Detective Dehaney, or the females or leaders that are women that's making it happen, and do groups. So we have we just partner with Limited Destinations, which is a female group, Asia, and she's working with them too now and talking about their emotions and their their psychological well-being. And as a male, me sitting them down, I probably get through them. You and I probably get through them, but it won't be the same as a female, to resonate with them. So it's definitely partnering. To answer that to our females, is partnering with the right women to help me out. What I can't do to, facilitate and support me.
You said earlier you would love to expand into other cities or even country. Where would that be and why?
Okay, if people don't know, I'm Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica. I was born big up to St. Andrews, the parish, also St. Anne and St. Mary's. That's Jamaica.
Big up.
Big up. So I'm Jamaican. I would definitely want to go back to Jamaica and do some stuff. But
Oh, so that's what it was feeling irie that day
Yes.
when we was doing the green screen room.
yeah, when we did the Jamaican. You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm Jamaican. Definitely want to go back to not just Jamaica, the whole Caribbean and the underserved communities. We've done that. We've been to Haiti, we've been to Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, some places in Africa. But I want to definitely start too with my neighborhood, keep it expanding citywide and statewide. Do some stuff in New Jersey, Newark, Patterson, all that.
Yeah.
Lyndhurst, all that. New Jersey, Boston, Philly, everywhere. But then if I want to go out of state, start with out of country, go to Jamaica. Definitely Jamaica.
Oh, they could definitely help you. Everybody always talk about poverty here, but it's nothing like, like you said, Santo Domingo, Jamaica, even Puerto Rico.
Yes.
All these countries, that's where you see real poverty at. And a lot of those kids really lost in, like you said, resources really be limited.
Exactly.
So they could definitely use someone like you,
Yes.
my brother.
Yes.
What do you want your legacy to be, not just a coach, but as a mentor, a leader in the community when it's all done and done?
My legacy, I just want to be that he was fair, that he's respected for that. He did it out of passion. I believe that passion is what drives everyone. It drives me to do what I want to do. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm tired. Like, damn, I gotta go to this young man's court hearing to help him out. I gotta be working 9. I'm missing my work to help this out, but it's the passion. I gotta help him out. So it's definitely passion and being focused. So that's what my legacy say, that he was passionate about what he did it. He did it for the people and not for the profit.
All right, so we're gonna have some fun real quick. I'm gonna ask you a question that is the first thing that comes to mind. I want you to just say it.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite motivational quote?
Favorite motivational quote? It's so many, but the one too was with Malcolm X saying, our women our black women are the most disrespected, most underserved people in America, and that resonates with me to every day. Think about our young women. That's what drives me to do our young queens to their throne.
Okay, Knicks, Nets, or neither?
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm still. Last night my Knicks lost.
I know that was depressing, bro. And to lose the first 2 games at home, I'm like, come on, bro. We should have won that series.
Especially game 1 was a heartbreaker for me.
Yeah.
We was up by like 19 or 20.
Exactly. That was ridiculous.
So Knicks. I'm a Nets fan too. I was actually just had a Nets thing yesterday. So big up to the Nets, but I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Okay. Your go-to post-workout meal.
Listen. I love food. I'm a foodie. So go to post work. Let's say I like my avocado. I like avocado bananas for the potassium. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay. One word your students would use to describe you.
You gotta ask them that, but they'll tell me energy. They'll be like,
I can see that.
I'm energized, but don't get it wrong, because I coach a lot. I know you got to go in your questions, but I coach hard on the basketball court, but off the court, I'm like this, sweet, serene type of guy. And people are like, why are you like that? How come you're so sweet? But when the coach, you're yelling and you're all, because I want to separate the two. Yeah, I'm a fun guy. I'm that guy you can talk to anytime, but on the court, it's business. You walk through them gym doors, it's straight business. I don't care if your brother's on the team. It's business.
Mamba mentality.
Yes, it's business.
You better work. If you don't work, get the hell out of here.
Yes. So yeah.
Dream celebrity coach or mentor you would love to meet.
Dream. It could be dead or alive or just
Dead or alive.
so many. I want to. You want to know who I want to be? I'll put this out there. I want to be Jay-Z for a day. You want to know why? Because Jay-Z has access to the 4 people that I love, which is Beyonce. He can get Rihanna. He'd be like, yo, Rihanna, come through. Get Beyonce. Get any celebrity I want, and plus be Jay-Z. So I want to be Jay-Z for a day.
Okay, so this was Coach Davis living proof that when you combine purpose, passion, and perseverance, you don't just need to play the game, you change it.
Yeah.
From the courts to the classrooms to the community, Coach Davis is building champions in every sense of the world. Daddy Elite ain't just a program, it's protection, it's provision, it's the presence of young kings and queens needed in this world. And this message hit you, do more than just nod your head. Support the mission, share it, show up, speak life into movements like this. Coach Davis is raising the next generation of leaders, not just athletes. So this has just been another powerful episode of Legend of the Game on Media City Radio, where we honor those who are building more than stats. They're building legacies. Thank you, Coach, for pulling up today. Till next time, keep grinding, keep praying, and stay legendary. Much love, my brother.
Much
God
love, brother.
bless.
Thank you, man.